Okay, yeah, well, it's the Blazing Cannons, and it came about really with an idea that myself and Ben Shockley had. So Ben, a lot of people probably know this, is a huge fan of kind of like 1970s films, and I myself love a lot of sort of like the old 70s programmes, and particularly like the cop sort of TV shows that were very sort of prominent at the time. And we just thought, it'd be really fun to do a film like that with those sort of characters, and how you can get away with being sort of like really over the top and very dramatic in the way you sort of like deliver it, but in a modern day. And it was just trying to think of how do we bring that to sort of like modern cinema, and yeah, that was the Blazing Cannons. That's where it came from.
Well, I'm a big 70s movie fan and TV show fan of that 70s genre. Like, we're talking Starsky and Hutch, we're talking, some people don't know what it is, but Alias Smith and Jones, which was a series with Pete Doyle and Ben Murphy, a Western series from like 71, 72. It's that kind of buddy genre type thing that I was interested in, and Mark said to me, if you ever got to make a movie and directed it or co-directed it, whatever, what would it be? And I said, well, I'd like to do a cop movie, like a double act cop movie. So that's how we kind of got to do this one.
Yeah, he's odd as well, Ben is. We do have a similar sense of humour. We do like a lot of the same things, so a lot of sort of like the old sort of TV shows and the old films, and we do have a real respect for sort of like British film heritage, and I think that's where we can sort of hit it off. And talking about different directors and their styles, and we love film. We love to watch film, we love to make film, and I think that's probably what it is.
This is the first thing I've written with Mark, and it's actually the first time I've written with someone else, which is really interesting. Coming up with those ideas, and I obviously I live in Kent and he's in Peterborough, so we had to do those emails and phone calls and stuff, and discuss the plot and that sort of stuff. And we just thought, right, one of the things in a police movie is, are we going to do like drug bust, stuff like that? Are we going to have serial killer, or whatever it's going to be? And then we decided, let's do the serial killer.
Writing has always been something I've been really passionate about, and obviously I really enjoy acting as well. What I found out, I did a film previously called On the Ropes, and for that we drafted in several different directors, and my idea was I wanted to play this particular character, and I wrote a film about something that I knew about, which was about a competition really between martial artists and boxers. And the idea was, bring a director in, let them worry about it, let them do it all, and they can deliver what I've written to the screen. Unfortunately, didn't really go as planned, so I was bringing in various different directors, and it was never quite what I'd envisioned, and then I'm having conversations, and no fault of their own, it just wasn't what I had in my head. And then someone gave me a bit of advice and just said, look, if you're the only one you can really clearly see what you want to deliver, direct it. And I was very, sort of with that film, I was very, very confident that I knew what I wanted. I couldn't be swayed in what I wanted, so I thought, okay, I'll do it, and I did. And then for the Blazing Cannons, I think it's been a similar sort of approach really. It's a very different kind of film. It's cross-genre, so it's bringing in lots of different kind of genres. So it's primarily comedy, but it's kind of a dark comedy. There's action in it. It's a bit of a thriller. There's horror scenes in it. And again, me and Ben were very specific about how we saw it, very specific about how it wanted to be shot. And we've got a very good DO.P who we can speak to and say, this is the kind of thing we want. And he goes, oh, okay, yeah, I know what you want. And he'll have experimentation with it, but delivers what we want every time. And so we went, we'll direct. So that's how it came about.
Mark has a very clear idea of what he wants to go for. With the main characters being set in, they've got a fascination for the 70s. We wanted to give it a really grainy sort of age look. We wanted it really quite stylistic in the way that we do a lot of shallow depth of field shots with focus pulling as well. So yeah, it's very much. It's quite difficult for us because there are so many different sort of tones to the film, if you like. We have some very sort of morbid, sinister, gruesome murder scenes, but then we have quite a lot of comedy involved as well, which you need to bring together.
It's made me feel a little bit sick. You know what I mean? Look at that. That's it. I find it right. Mark Noyce in a pair of bend over hot pants. Doesn't get any better than that, does it? Don't get no better. What was it? I said, everyone wants to leave their mark on the world. I'm just leaving a stain.
Well, my role in the film we're currently shooting, Blazing Cannons, is a dark comedy about a killer on the loose, and my character's name is Rubber John, and I'm sort of like this like a double-sided character, but basically the scene is I'm having a sort of fetish party where the two main protagonists pitch up, and they're, you know, it's kind of like a bit of a fish out of water scene, but because they're cops they have to kind of like try and blend in. Some of the film definitely gets made as we go along when you're working with Mark, yeah, because he'll have like the basic idea of a scene, and then when all the actors get on set and, you know, other people, if sometimes when you're standing back from a scene or you're just, you know, acting, you can kind of like take a slightly different view and you say, well, you know, what if we did that? And he'll go, oh yeah, let's try that, it's a good idea. So he's, you know, it's very easy, and the film does, it sort of grows organically as we start shooting it, really.
We've got myself and Ben, we've got DO.P, we've got lighting, we've got sound, and we've got 2 runners, and that's our crew. And that has been pretty much the norm for scenes, even the scenes where we've had like sort of 40 extras. That's how we've done it. As far as filming is concerned, I think we're probably about 80%. I'm saying that all the big scenes, that's saying a number of scenes, but a lot of the big scenes, today is one of the last kind of big scenes. So a lot of the other bits are kind of the other scenes that involve just kind of the 2 central characters and possibly a couple of others, but the big scenes we've shot. So the final climax scene and all the big bunch of lots of extras done.